Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. We're going to the hideout because we are going into Madarame's palace today.
There's pollen in the air?
Oh, also pollen. So the adverse weather conditions only affect mementos. They don't affect palaces for some reason. So that makes all of the weather-dependent skills even more situational, which is kind of dumb. I guess I can show the meeting though.
Well... Okay, time for the meeting.
Oh hey, Ryuji's kicking off the meeting this time.
That's it for that.
Yeah, pretty much indicating that we are not really at the right level to finish this place now. The approval rating's gone slightly up, but it's probably not to do with anything we've done. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
And Arn took the words out of my mouth after I said them. Welcome back to the Museum of...
Now then.
Actually don't want to spoil what Madarame's scene is just yet. Because it actually might not be what you'd expect. It's one that I certainly didn't expect when I first was experiencing this game.
Come inside.
The
We've
first
much to
time...
discuss.
Yep, we have much to discuss. The first time you go to Madarame's palace, we have much to discuss. I suppose we give him a compliment here.
Excellent. I expect no less.
So what this gift is a new feature in Royal that I think is really cool, though admittedly a little overpowered in some regards. So, traits. This is an element of personas that, like, every persona that we had so far technically had these, but they were treated as not existing until this point. If you played Pokemon, which I guess most of you probably have, these are very similar to Pokemon's abilities. The difference is, imagine if Pokemon abilities could be passed down through breeding. That would be pretty disgustingly broken now I think about it, because it'd be like, hey, I can pass down pure power to Garchomp. But yeah, that's essentially what we've got here.
Marvelous.
Then.
So I don't think I'll be seriously doing any fusion right now, but I do want to show off some of the traits that we have, and also one other important aspect to traits.
Time for some rehabilitation. Let's execute fusion.
Okay, so here are the personas that we've had. So Slime has rare antibody, decreases chance of being inflicted by ailments. You have rain, snow, pollen warning, always in effect. That is interesting, because remember when I said before that, a few minutes ago, that weather-dependent skills are really situational? This makes them less situational, but it essentially sacrifices your trait slot for that. There are some pretty decent weather-dependent skills, though. Angel has increases damage after a baton pass. That's not actually that bad. You also have rare antibody, crisis control, decreases damage from attacks to target weaknesses. Yeah, I usually prefer just not to get hit by weaknesses in the first place. Frigid Bloodline, decreases SP cost of ice skills by half, not a bad skill. And back to rare antibody. So in terms of the things that we can fuse right... not those, I want to see the,
Execute 'em. Fusion.
here we go, fuse by result, there we go. Wow, that's a lot of things. But let me see if there's anything particularly interesting here. Okay, skillful combo still good.
You okay with this?
Internal Hypnosis, increases effect period of support skills cast on self by 1 turn. These have interesting interactions with multi-target buffs, but I'll get to that once we actually start having access to multi-target buffs.
Looks pretty tough.
This I wanted to show here. Intense focus. Strengthens magic skills targeting one foe by 20%. As hard as this is to believe for a persona this low level, this is actually one of the best traits in the game. This is viable all the way up to endgame. I just wanted to draw attention to that. It's important to keep this on some personas.
Excessive power only leads
Striking
to
weight.
destruction.
Strengthens physical skills by 20%. This is also very, very good.
Excessive power only leads to destruction.
Now, foul odor increases chance of inflicting ailments after a baton pass. This is something that I want before the end of Madarame's palace, because there's something very specific I want to do with this later.
You can't handle this.
Increases chance of inflicting burn after a baton pass. That's... Okay, so the weird thing about that is...
You can't handle this.
That's just an objectively worse version of foul odor. There are annoyingly some traits that are just objectively better or worse versions of others, so bear that in mind.
Justine,
The
you
other
handle this.
important thing that I wanted to go
These are
over
the
about
paths you
traits
walked.
is DLC personas.
This persona?
The reason why I didn't fully cover DLC personas until now, even the free ones, is that all of them have their own exclusive traits. This means these traits cannot be passed down to other personas, but you can overwrite them with other ones. So for example, Izanagi can be given a different trait than Godmaker, but you cannot give Izanagi's Godmaker to other personas. Increases chance of triggering allies' persona traits. Well, yeah, it's not just Joker's personas that have traits, but I've actually already jumped the gun on those in the bios because I kind of had to, but I'll talk about those after we get out of here.
This
Every
persona?
DLC persona has its own traits, and some of them are actually very, very powerful. Like, this is essentially Endure, but you get it 4 times per battle.
Done already?
I think
Right.
maybe later on in this palace expedition,
It is time.
I'm going to do a
inmate.
whole video giving bios on all of the free DLC personas, because since they're free in the PS4 version of Royal,
Hey!
I wanted to do a video discussing
Come
them just in
on.
case people want to make the decision whether to use them or not. But I couldn't talk about them until now because now we have access to traits. Speaking of traits, Ryuji's is Raging Temper, may increase allies' physical damage by 40%. This has, I believe, a 20% chance of activating. People found that out by just repeatedly doing battles and just calculating the statistical probability of it. So Izanagi actually triples this, which is kind of insane if you want to use it. Izanagi's not actually that overpowered as DLC personas go, so he's one I'm kind of okay with maybe using if you want to. I still don't think that I will, but anyway, this is arguably the best party member trait in the game. Morgana has Proud Presence, which means that his healing skills are actually better than any other party member, until you get access to full healing, because obviously, this, like, hilariously, this does actually raise the healing of full heal skills. It just is totally useless. But it's a decent trait, but it's you know, it's not the best. And Ann has Mastery of Magic. As I said in her bio, this would be really good if it happened during Kamoshida's Palace, and you can't use it until now. Basically, SP management is no longer a big deal for the rest of the entire game. Because as I was saying in the previous video, SP management is not actually an issue in Madarame's Palace, and that's entirely because you're forced to do it in 2 visits anyway. Also, I'd like to draw your attention to Madarame's security meter icon. You won't know why I'm drawing attention to that now, but it will be important later, trust me. Because there's something that I'm really eager to talk about regarding that, but I can't do it just yet. Also, you may notice that the shadows down there are registering as enemies now. We cannot actually fight them yet. We can't even jump down and ambush them here. Because there's not even, like, you know, a floor in this area coded in. But we're going to be fighting very, very soon. So, yeah, Silk Yarn there, and let's use Morgana's rope once more. Just makes me think of Kay Faraday from, I was about to say Great Ace Attorney, no, Honestly, it would be kind of interesting if we saw an ancestor of Kay Faraday in Great Ace Attorney. I can honestly see, like, her being descended from a ninja clan or something. But yeah, her talking, like, she loves talking about rope escapes. It seems to be a thing in Japanese culture regarding thievery. But yeah, if we use Third Eye, we might notice that Madarame's actually stepped up security here. Lasers. This is another reason why I love this dungeon, because, yeah, going past security lasers as a thief infiltrating a museum, that's something that you don't get to do in many JRPGs. Of course, I'm also biased because this really reminds me of Sly. So yeah, infrared lasers, we can see them with Third Eye, and yeah, Madarame didn't really spend much money on security, because it turns out that we can just slide under the bottom one. But some of them have all three of them active, so we can't quite do that. Now here it's actually fairly easy to get spotted by security guards, because if you're not careful, like, it's easy to underestimate them because the lasers, obviously, they can see through them. I wanted to see if these guys would say anything, but no, that's just fine. I kind of like the background here, too. Okay, we have, unfortunately, we don't actually get to see the official name of these things, but since we've already fused a McCoy before, we can miss with Morgana and not hit its weakness. Well, at least Arn can pick up the slack. Kind of makes sense, Arn's picking up the slack from Morgana. You know what, since I already have a McCoy, I'm gonna try this. I believe you get slightly more money than usual, but that's not good. I probably would have got more money just for all-out attacking.
Now's the time to retreat.
Yeah, now's about the time when I should be mentioning. I said this before, but I had the Politician's Confidant at rank 1 in my first playthrough when of Vanilla, not of Royal, but in my first playthrough of Vanilla when I got to this point, I had the Politician's Confidant started. And I will say that having the Politician's Confidant started is very, very useful here, because it lets you get more money via negotiation. Girl of the Hanging Tree. We could have used one of these before, but hey, you have wings. Aha! You are weak to guns. At least this means that we can try and recruit them. So let's see. Irritable.
It doesn't look like it's in the mood for jokes. Save the witty banter.
Is this the first irritable persona we've encountered? It might be. Oh, we've seen this line before, but never from an irritable one. So, irritable ones, I believe they don't like, yeah, I need to quickly bring up the list again, because it's been a while since I did negotiation. Okay, irritable like serious answers, they're neutral to playful answers, and just like kind or ambiguous answers. So I guess it's for self-improvement, maybe? There we go. But as always, the first question is not actually the one that matters. Huh, interesting. Okay, so you like straightforward answers. So that would be that would probably be kind, that would be vague. I guess this one. Okay, and now we have found out that Girl of the Hanging Tree is in fact Waffle! Should probably always have that clip of Iga saying that on hand, because it's just, I love the way that she says it in the answer.
Okay.
Joker definitely doesn't say it that way though. So I've already recruited 2 personas so far. And haven't really made much progress in this room yet, because I'm too busy fighting things. Can't actually sneak through the lasers though.
I'll reveal your true form.
But still wasn't spotted by this one. Let's see what, oh, there's a disaster shadow here. Aha, it's an exploding waffle! Morgana is not having a good day. I could baton pass to give Morgana a second chance. And then go to, I suppose, baton pass boosted gun on this thing would be good. Oh no, actually that wasn't even nearly enough. And yeah, that was about the same amount of money that McCoy gave me, but a lot of experience.
It's
They
somewhere.
were too weak to bother with.
And of course the lasers there are fully solid. There's a yellow shadow over there though. Let's grab that. And one more enemy. Thought he was going to see me for a second. I like how the entrance to the next room is also like framed in a painting frame. That's pretty cool. Okay, you're new. Waterside Nymph, and I'm at the right level to recruit it. Now, I do know for a fact, and also via the challenge battle that I did earlier, that thing is weak to Zeo. Apparently, Zeo is like the most common weakness in the game, or at least in the early game. And you're timid, so I want to choose kind answers here.
Just look at it. Try calming its nerves.
I didn't feel an awe, but we may never meet again. Is this considered kind? Oh, no, it's not okay. Yeah. I guess you've got the refined personality type. I'm not special, that's right, I have ulterior motives. How about that's right? Oh, you really didn't like that, okay.
Don't move.
Ah, here we go. That's kind of a weird way to consider girl talk, but oh well. Yeah, so basically this just lets you get another attempt. Way of life in this world is all I've known. It's not meaningless, there are other ways to live. You had a good run. It's not meaningless? There we go. So hey, one of the negotiation abilities helped me. That's good. Got to show that off. So now we have Apsaras, or I think Apsara, I think with the S it's plural. Now I feel like I may have actually filled up my persona stock.
You've got a new mask, Joker.
It's important that I actually don't have my stock completely filled by a certain point in the palace. Because there's actually a trophy that can be a little bit glitchy in this game. And yep, there's Nakanohara. But here, this is another thing that I love. It just really nails that whole sort of thief aesthetic. But now I'm just thinking of that scene in, I think it was Ocean's 12 that had the guy who plays that that like song on a Walkman to sort of, I feel like it must, I think it's implied that he like practiced his timing of dodging the lasers to that song, and that's why he plays it while dodging them. But yeah, this is just a quick door to before. That means we can now skip that room on any further visits to the palace. Of course, it's going to be pointless once we find our first safe room, because we can just warp there. Oh, your vision is much longer than I expected. I'm used to guards in Phantom Thief-related media being incredibly short-sighted. Hello there.
True form.
So yeah, this is where we found the map earlier. And we have this combo. Actually, did we see this combo again? Also, looks like Apsaras is weak to fire. I should probably save Morgana's, like, SP on that one, though. Because, like, if Arn can hit that thing's weakness, I should probably use Arn. Actually, wait, no. If Ryuji can hit that thing's weakness, I should probably use him. Because he's not really a magical attacker. His SP is really only good for weaknesses. Whereas Arn, at least, is good for healing in a pinch. I do want to get a bit of experience here, just to make sure that I can do some stuff. And get stronger. Aha, yep. So some people told me that, like, the, enemy's triggering reinforcements is just based on, like, how high the security level is, and not based on proximity. I think this one actually was based on proximity. We had an encounter with a shadow near another shadow, and it triggered a reinforcement encounter. And, oh, I thought Joker leveled up there, not Slime.
Okay.
Yeah, Joker's still got Slime right now. But yeah, this right here, we can't proceed through there yet. And through here, we have that. Almost forgot about that. But yeah, there's the Infinite Spring once again. So yeah, we're heading into the unknown of the museum. I think before people fully translated this, a lot of people would call this place the art gallery, not the museum.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, there was a lot of early impressions of this game that came out when people just looked at Japanese footage out of context and hadn't really translated it. It resulted in some interesting things regarding Mishima, though, because he turned out to be a very different character from what people expected, but I should probably save my thoughts on him until we get later in his Confidant. So we've got a door here that is locked, but I just want to mark that lock icon on the map.
I have something.
And if I'm remembering right, there's actually a safe room really close by. Because, yeah, I did say that thing about that being pointless. Also, I love how you just jump over the lasers there. But, yep, safe room. So, again, that first shortcut was a little bit pointless to open.
Nice spot for a safe room.
It looks like the safe room here is based on the room Yusuke painted in. So I suppose in the real world, Madarame has less influence in that room. So, okay, I'm going to consult with the team in a moment, but now that we've found a safe room, there's something in this palace that I just find really fun to do, and I'm just going to save, do this, and then reload. So watch this. Oh yeah, if you hold down the dash button, you'll automatically dodge the lasers, but that's not actually what I want to do, because I actually want to do this. I just love making Madarame say, "You bastards!" over and over and over again. Yes, you've got something to say now.
Well,
there are a lot of treasures here. Just trying to look at like if there's a logo on that laptop and what it says. It looks like allow or willow. It looks like there's like a cookie or biscuit on it.
Hey.
what are your thoughts?
Unfortunately, not a
Okay,
particularly
let's
interesting remark on the palace so far. But things will definitely get a little bit more involved later, and wow, that's a lot of pupils this guy must have had. Now, if I'm remembering right, oh yep, I'm remembering right. So, this is actually a problem because if I want to fight that thing, I probably need something with nuke skills, and I don't think I have anything with nuke skills. Oh, actually, also, these things, Shisa, or Rooftop Lion, and we're not supposed to know they're called Shisa yet. These things are really dangerous. They are weak to, Curse, I believe.
So scary how good I am.
If you don't have Curse on Joker at this point, they can be very
The
dangerous.
baton pass made you stronger.
Do I have... Oh, I do have Curse, that's good.
You're mine.
Yeah, there we go. I won't be able to get a full scan on them yet because I'm not even, like, I'm not high enough level to recruit or fuse them yet. But yeah, Shisa is also a new persona / shadow to Royal.
Okay, guys.
The new Royal enemies actually get less frequent the further you go into the game. There was like the Ketchi or hunting Puss in Boots back in Kamoshida's palace. There's also Shisa. I remember Shisa pretty clearly because of reasons. I've actually game over to Shisas in the past, so yeah. Now again, do I have or have access to anything with Frey right now?
I can feel it. Show me your true form.
Oh, wow, just barely got that ambush in. I do want to try and fight that thing as early as I can, though. Also, Leafy Old Man, that's great. Now, this is one of those other enemies that has a fairly logical seeming weakness. It looks plant-based, so it is actually weak to fire. I believe this thing comes from Ainu mythology, and in SMT5 it has unique dialogue with Chirinop, I think it is, the little fox demon with the bow, because that's also Ainu. Okay, this guy is timid.
It looks scared. Use soothing words.
Show some hospitality. Cup of tea or something. So sorry, brew your own. I'm not known for being polite. Yeah, I guess apologizing would be best.
Besides that,
Trying to tell you. Why do we fight? Yeah, that one I think is considered a vague answer.
I don't buy it.
I had a feeling you wouldn't like that one though.
Here,
Okay, so just a failed recruitment, but we get Sooty Elder's Armor. I guess that's another thing to wash for the achievement, potentially. I just call the Thieves' Den Awards achievements. They're officially called awards, but they're basically just achievements. Okay. Of course, this game will have its own achievements when it comes out on Xbox, so that'll get confusing then. Yeah, I had a feeling that was close by. So yeah, the Atom Ring lets you use, where is it? There it is, Frey. Now, who gets that right now? Because I kind of like Ren having healing. I also kind of like Morgana having fire, though. Oh, I like him having better HP, though. I kind of wonder if maybe Arn should take Frey right now. There's also another chest there, but that's a little harder to access. And that grate we can't get through. Oh, I just barely pressed the run button in front of that.
I should write something.
Oh, Arn has something new to say too. I think it might be kind of random.
No.
Let's do it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save, and then I am going to get extremely cocky, because I like fighting these things at the earliest possible time just to challenge myself. Fair warning though, this Red Shadow is immune to both physical and gun, so you are forced to spend SP to damage it. Good thing, as I said earlier, SP is not really a problem in this infiltration. So, prepare to meet Shiki Orji, the bringer of misfortune. That name is very, very apt if we're not careful. Okay, Rakunda. I'm on McCoy right now though, so you don't resist physical. Rakunda will mean it goes down faster, but I would kind of like to debuff its attack too, although honestly, if we don't keep this thing constantly debilitated, it's just gonna keep, it's just gonna one-shot us, so maybe that's not really that helpful. Okay then, so we've got... Oh no, Arn has the Atom match. I thought Arn has the Atom Ring. I thought for a second Joker had it, but okay. Oh, Morgana doesn't have confusion. That's actually also a pain. You can try burning this thing, because I think it is vulnerable to it. There's Mastery of Magic going off for the first time. Tarukaja Arn, so she does a little bit more damage with Nuke. Probably should be... Well, actually, I can't speed buff her. I do have Dormina, which is good. So in this case, it may actually be better to, instead of baton passing, actually just stay here and Dormina it while it's down. This is gonna mean that, like, we don't do a lot of damage at once, but it also means that its turn's next, I'm gonna have to keep it sleeping, unfortunately. I guess I can Tarukaja. How about Ren? Because, yeah, that's going to basically fully heal it. And now I can... Garu does not say technical. I think that implies that it could possibly null wind. Okay, we got the technical there, but it's already knocked down, so no one more. Gonna have to zero you with Yuji, unfortunately. Okay, Joker's going next. Joker can be one to put it to sleep, though. Thankfully, attacks cannot miss while enemies are down. I could try and go for Dazzler instead, but no. I definitely got Dormina. Okay, I have Dormina on Slime. I should probably do that. Let's go Dormina Slime. This is why status ailments are amazing in this game, by the way. Because you can just do this. I was gonna say that I'm making this look easy, but if I mess this up, or if it dodges sleep... Oh, actually, I kind of want to knock it down like one more time, because that way I'll be able to negotiate with it. I don't know. I can Dormina it. Defense reverted. But, yeah. Not really getting a chance to get back up from being knocked down. Oh, Shock is nice, but it's still, I believe it still nulls physical and gun even though it's shocked. However, I haven't mentioned this before, but nuclear skills do technical damage to enemies with any physical ailments. So that's burn, freeze, or shock. Of course, the thing's weak to nuclear anyway, so it's not actually going to be really doing that, but...
Next up.
Oh, it's going next. I don't know if I'll be able to kill it. I'm just going to try putting it to sleep again. Although it's shocked, so it doesn't matter. I'm not I am dumb. I'm like, oh, I need to put it to sleep, but it's already statused. There we go.
Nice work, team.
So, I didn't let that thing get a turn, and there's a very good reason I didn't let it get a turn.
Power courses through.
So, trust me, if you let that thing hit you, you will die very painfully. It's incredibly dangerous. Lucky Punch is normally great against strong enemies with limited weaknesses, but not against that thing, because it nulls physical and gun. So, the thing about it nulling physical and gun, though, is...
Shadow defeated. That was easy, huh?
You see, shadows mainly have the same elemental affinities as personas than they did as they did as enemies. And that thing nulls physical and gun. I think you see where this is going. Shiki Orgy, if you can get it, once we're level 18, is a disgustingly good early game persona. In fact, I'm pretty sure that most challenge runs, like whether they be Joker solos or if they're like no Velvet Room runs, or like, yeah, maybe even, I wouldn't say low level runs because you have to level up a bit to use it, but yeah, most challenge runs use Shiki Orgy pretty extensively because it is that powerful. I just mostly remember though about Shiki Orgy that it's kind of an annoying demon in SMT5 for multiple reasons. Not only does it have Hama and Mudo fairly early in the game, but they have deceptive hitboxes on the field because they, also this is sealable. Because they like to turn into tiny paper talismans and float around in the air and then reform as their full bodies, but the tiny paper talismans still have the full hitbox of the big Shiki Orgy, so yeah, it gets kind of frustrating to deal with that, and also they like to try and sort of shoot you from a distance, so they're all kinds of fun to deal with. And also, if you encounter them...
It's somewhere.
Okay then. I remember this room, and I think I'm going to do this room in this part. This room is actually a little involved, so you'll want to be careful before you enter it, because stuff's about to happen. It might also be a good idea to make sure that you have a cursed persona on Joker here, just in case. And also, I think I need to dump something right now, because I need to have a full, I need to have a non-full persona inventory before I do this. But yeah, the thing about Shiki Orgy is, in SMT5, is that Inugami is available as a demon. I'm sure the SMT fans are going to hate me for this, but Inugami is available as a demon right where Shiki Orgy is encountered, and it has...
You're just gonna ignore that golden
a unique conversation with Shiki Orgy that results in you not recruiting it. And the unique conversation will always happen if you have an Inugami in your party, which you probably will at that point, and... TLDR, or TLDL, I guess, in this case, Shiki Orgy is a pain in SMT5. But anyway...
Look at that luster.
Well, Morgana does have an addiction to this kind of thing, so I can't exactly blame him.
I know it might be tough to take with us, but don't you think it'd sell for tons?
We do need money, but...
Come on, we didn't come here to... Wait, hold on, you're stepping on something.
Isn't this bad? Oh no, I tripped the security.
Or you should say, oh no, I fell for the most obvious trap in the Phantom Thief book, seriously.
You were the one making us be careful, too. So, what do you want to do? Run out of here?
No, passing through all of these lasers will draw far too many enemies to our location. Oh, hold on! Joker's not trapped!
Because he did that suave backflip then.
Sorry, Joker, but we're going to need you to search for a way to turn off these infrared lasers. This is a museum, so there has to be some switch to let the workers avoid these lasers. Find it.
And so we have a Joker solo mission.
I can see it.
And I love how just deep red and threatening these lasers show up in Third Eye. So here's where you have to be very careful, because Joker solo is at actually pretty significant risk of dying against the enemies here. So let's hop up. That's actually a glass pane. Didn't think it was glass at first, but yeah, that's just reminding me of a very controversial plot point in the BBC Sherlock later seasons. Part of me wants to hit that thing and then run away immediately just to get it, like just to despawn it. I don't want to risk that. I don't like that guy. If he sees me, it's still really, really bad. Because basically we need to find a switch that is somewhere around here. Oh, I think I'm going to have to go for the ambush. Because these things are almost always Shisas, and fighting Shisas as Joker alone is awful.
Next up.
Yeah, I don't like you. I really, really do not like you. Let's AHA you in the face. Oh, and this is why I don't like you. Because, yeah, that hurts a lot. Shizas are pretty fast. Am I allowed to use my one more to run? Yes, I am. Okay.
I can feel it.
Okay, as long as it doesn't immediately respawn, I should be okay, because, yeah, now I can press this switch. There will be plenty of time to fight Shisas later. I'm just being overly cautious because when I said that I game over to Shisas before, this is how. This particular segment. So, we have freed the Panther.
Seriously,
Panther was actually the name of
thank you.
one of my old cats, I just remembered. He sadly got hit by a car, so that kind of brings up some sore memories for me. But now that we've rescued her, we can see if there's anything we can access now that things have changed around here. So obviously that painting is very suspicious and has glowing footprints leading to it. And yep, that does trigger an increase in security.
It's somewhere.
Oh, I didn't even notice that guy. Hi there.
What's the plan? There!
This is a holdup!
It's time. Alright.
I'm actually gonna heal. Not gonna risk this. Frey. Don't weak that, please. Thank you.
Let's do this!
Who's next? Let's go. Go down!
Don't move!
See, even if you're not high enough level to recruit a persona, you can still negotiate for money or items. So that's a good way to get rid of enemies when you're very, yeah, limited in a party like this.
Okay.
Okay, so now that that's been lowered, we can actually head across here and access this half of the room. But first, I want to get rid of this
Show me
guard.
your true form.
Probably using the same tactic, quick knockdown and then negotiation. And except it's guards, plural, that's
That was crazy!
actually pretty bad. Okay then.
Go down!
What I want to do here is, I want to do this, baton pass to on,
Not over yet!
hit the leafy old man with fire, or I could do this.
Looking good, Panther! Two bolts on the ground!
I'm surprised that you only think Panther is looking good, not cool. But yeah, I'm going to use my one more to explode this guy instead of using an all-out attack. There we go.
Loaded! Yes! Victory! A spectacular
So unfortunately for that guard, that one constantly reincarnated soul who keeps exploding showed up.
Okay.
They were nothing.
And yeah, here, there's something off about this painting. There's a switch. Press it? Who wouldn't? I still love that line from the Gen 1 Pokemon games. And that gets Skull out, but we're still down one Mona.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's trapped in the center of all of them. So we have to find not the computer room, but the control room. However, yeah, we can't get in there that way. But there's conveniently a crawl space here.
Wait!
As I was saying, there's something suspicious.
As you were saying, there's something suspicious. Let's just unlock that so we can get in here at any time. And... where is it? Is it just this laptop? Yeah, normally they show up glowing blue in third eye. Ah, great. Any of us here are good at, guessing passwords? It's probably one of those that would take, like, 1,000,000 years to guess if you were guessing one password per second, statistically speaking. However, first rule, well, one of many rules of Phantom Thief dramas is that whenever somebody needs a password, there will always be some dumb guards nearby to say the password or a hint to the password out loud. Yep, directly mentioning the password. At least the password wasn't 123, or Madarame would have them killed. That's actually something from the beginning of Sly 3. The big bad kills one of his minions for making the password 123. However, you just were an idiot and told us the password, you have to be punished now. Or, you know, we could actually be nice and recruit one of these guys so we technically let them go. Yeah, I suppose I could do that.
That's not right.
You can aim for the
Aha, I do have their weakness on Joker. Thanks to the waffle I picked up earlier.
This is a holdup!
Okay, let's hope this goes better.
Yeah, fine.
Of course, if I do recruit this guy, I'm going to have to get rid of something immediately because I need a
Just
free
look at it.
slot.
Give me
Try
a break.
calming its nerves.
Good thing I remember that now. Yeah, a lot of bad things happened. I guess I got bad luck, or what about it's not like that?
Well,
Yeah, that sounded more like the kind answer.
besides that,
Oh, okay, we already got this question before, and we know that's not good, and this is probably not good either. So how about why do we fight? Yeah, there we go. I thought that would be more the vague answer. It sounds very introspective, but I guess some answers count as like multiple things. But yeah, this one is now Koropok Guru. I think it's actually spelled differently in SMT5. But yeah, it does come from Ainu mythology.
That's a new one, isn't it?
It's not a persona I'll really be keeping for a while. In fact, basically, yeah, I just recruited that thing to be nice. Yeah, they told us the password, we can spare them. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, unfortunately, just have to get rid of you immediately. Sorry. I'll always have them in the compendium anyway. And, yeah, forgot to enter the password. Look who's dumb now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, have you learned your lesson? Don't touch shiny objects that are obviously traps.
Sorry.
I mean, at least he's admitting it. The thing is, though, Morgana kinda had a point here. Let's check this out now the security's disabled.
Damn it.
Wait!
Damn it, a giant valuable gem appeared right in front of me!
For real?
Okay, I just immediately mashed through that and pressed X. I don't know if this thing can actually run, or if this is... I think it actually is scripted, so I probably shouldn't have mashed through that. But if you see them in the palace from now on, they do actually try and run.
I don't
This
see a weakness.
is Regent's. Morgana doesn't see a weakness, huh? Okay, Regent is groaning.
Get ready!
Let's try... Actually, let's try this. Aha! They gave us that atom ring for a reason. I did say we'd be needing a lot of nuclear where we were going. And these guys do not even require negotiation. They will automatically join you if you're able to knock them down. They are the metal slime equivalents of Persona 5. And you need to have a free slot in order to unlock the Purpose of a Thief trophy. If you don't get that now, though, I think the next time one of them shows up, you'll get it. Like, the next time you recruit a treasure...
Yes!
Well, whatever that thing is, we're not supposed to know what they are yet, but Morgana's going to explain that soon. They are treasure demons. Yeah, they're basically metal slimes. They give a lot of experience, and as personas, they're interesting. You also pretty much have to discover their weaknesses. And this is one of the reasons why I said earlier that raising the security level can be beneficial, because they're more likely to appear when the security level is high. In Royal, they can also appear in normal encounters randomly. Now here's the interesting thing about treasure demons. They cannot be used in battle, as that said. You cannot equip the mask of a treasure demon. But it has a whole bunch of skills, and the ultimate vessel trait, which will impart various different traits on things that it's fused into. I'll be going over how those things work in fusion when we next go to the Velvet Room, which will actually be at the start of the next part, because thankfully we have a safe room right after that.
Safe room! Oh, thank goodness.
So this is a good time to save. I'll see you next time when we go over how fusion works with treasure demons, and also progress further in the palace, that too.
I should write something.